Welcome back to a brand new episode of Spill the Alpha. This is episode number 36, and this week I'm interviewing Pancakes Bra. Pancakes is a former employee of IDEX and was actually the host of this show for the first few episodes, and later moved on to be one of the co-founders of FriendTech, and is a massive figure in everything social crypto. We will discuss his approach to not trading, how to grow your social side, the future of SocialFi, Web3, and much more. This is just a reminder that we are recording these episodes live on Twitter Spaces, so if you ever want to tune in while we're live and even ask our guests any questions yourself, make sure to follow IDEX account on X at IDEXAO. So let's jump right into it. As always, I'm your host Delta. You're listening to Spill the Alpha number 36, and please welcome my guest, Pancakes Bra. Welcome everyone to another episode of Spill the Alpha. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy this with Pancakes. It's always fun. So thanks a lot for coming to all of our listeners, and thanks for coming, Pancakes. It's a pleasure to have you on me.
Yeah, of course. And retweet the fucking room.
Retweet, share everything.
How do you even know?
So for those who don't know Pancakes, he's been doing everything with growth and like the social side of crypto, growing projects and doing product things. Most people probably know him from his FriendTech experience. But I've known Pancakes for so many years now, and I really do think that this guy is one of the sharpest people when it comes to like growing companies, moving product, like just doing all of those things that I have no idea about. Really fantastic person to work with and a fantastic person to follow. So if you don't follow him already, make sure to give him a follow. I'm sure you're going to enjoy that. Before we start, I want to remind everyone on the bottom right corner, there's a chat box icon. You can click on it at any moment, leave any questions you have to Pancakes or to myself, and we're going to go over them at the end of the episode. And if anyone feels brave and you don't fear stages, you can request to speak, and we'll let you on. And one last thing, we do have a monster yearly supply of White Monster giveaway that's ending. I don't know if it ended already or if it's ending today. But you can go to the IDEX account profile, check it out. The announcement of the winner will be later today. And there's going to be 2 new features releasing in the DEX itself. So it's probably going to be worth it to follow IDEX and put those notifications on. Just saying. But we can just jump right into it. Pancakes, I want to ask you, because I actually don't know that much about your beginning. How did you actually get into crypto?
My first interaction with crypto was, I think, a common story with people was, I think I bought drugs for Bonnaroo in like 2013, something like that, and just like some mushrooms and stuff. And of course, that money's, it is what it is now. And in 2017, I found the space in a more serious way, kind of on the more idealism, philosophical side of like Bitcoin itself. And kind of threw money in things. I think I made a bunch of money on XRP, had no idea what it was, and I was like, oh, this is super easy, right? And ended up losing like everything from the 2018 crash. And I was like, fuck this, it's a scam. Stayed in music, traveled the world for a while, and then COVID hit. Both of my music companies went down, and I was like, oh, I'm broke. This isn't good. And I had already known like all the OGs in the space, so I just decided to make an account that was like super non-threatening and just like acting like the dumbest trader I possibly could, which wasn't too far off. And it ended up getting the attention of like people that became some of my best friends in the space really early on, and they allowed me to join their group chats and just kind of be a fly on the wall and learn. And I did a lot of learning on my own. And then I realized that like the difference between 2017 like ICO days to like 2021 was there was a lot more opportunity for like marketers and BD and just people that were people. Like I was willing to dox. A lot of people in 2020, 2021 weren't. Like some of the first people I met were completely undoxed. So I would just put myself out there because I was used to the music industry, so I wasn't nervous around people. And did the festival circuit. I think I got like one lucky parallel pull. Gave me enough money to do the festival circuit until I got my first job at IDEX. Thanks to like Hentai Avenger retweeting me and Victor just pretty much hiring me.
Really? So IDEX was your first
crypto,
like, proper job?
First crypto job. Yeah. Shout out to everybody there. It's I say to this day, like IDEX was like the most familial, like amazing environment to work in. And I mean, I never had a job before that, so I don't have much to go off of. But it was very they I won't get into it, but they took care of me in ways they really didn't have to.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
100%. I feel like
yeah.
all the people who work for IDEX are awesome people, not just in a professional sense, but in like you said, like a friendly way, almost like a family type thing, which is
Yes, yeah.
awesome.
Even when Victor would get pissed at me, it was still in a brotherly way. But no, it was really fun, man. I enjoyed working there, and ended up making a pivot to FriendTech, because it was more, working for a DEX and not knowing how to trade or do anything was a difficult learning curve. FriendTech was social. It allowed me to tap into certain other industries I'm familiar with. So it just felt like it was a hard decision, but it just felt like what I needed to do at the time. That went the way it went, and then I took 9 months off, kind of just figuring out what to do. And yeah, now I'm working at a company that's pretty much going to allow me to continue working there and then go back to the music industry full time, and keep doing that as like an advisory role once I'm ready for that. So yeah, I've had 3 jobs, and if without IDEX, I think I had like $600 in my bank when IDEX hired me. Like that was, I was bottomed. And I moved to Argentina with like no plan at all. I just moved out here and I was like, I'll get a job eventually, and then like boom, it worked out. So yeah, that's it was a blessing for sure.
Yeah, it's good to hear that. So you mentioned that you traded a little bit when you started out, and it didn't really go that well for you.
Yeah.
And to this day, you're not really a trader. How come? Why did you
Um,
never try to come back at it?
I took the nomads courses and everything, and it was one of those things where I just have an obsessive personality, and I knew that I was going to become so obsessed with it all day long, and I couldn't I couldn't balance managing artists, and I just couldn't consume my life within that. I just knew how I was going to be because I was really bad at it. It was going to take me forever to get good at it, and I was like, I got to figure out a different way to make money. So like, I don't trade at all. And when I say I was trading back then, I mean it was like I barely knew how to click buttons on Binance. Like it wasn't trading at all. And
Yeah.
I won some, I lost some. Now This is not a bearish statement. I don't own anything except stables right now. I'm completely out of that side of things, not for any bearish reason, but because my mind is so focused on work and my next move in music. I don't want to be looking at numbers and worrying about if my net worth is going up and down. That's just kind of where I'm at
Yeah.
in my life. I
I mean,
will
it
I'll pay
definitely takes a
attention.
big portion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it takes a big portion of your like attention and everything else. So that totally makes sense.
Yeah, I was just tired of waking up wondering if I was worth 20% less than I was the day before or not. And like I just can't. I'm not exactly good at predicting macro trends in crypto, and I'm not gonna be like a shitcoin trader. It's just not. I don't know. It's too stressful. And so yeah, I mean, I held some specific majors for a while, but then recently when I realized I was moving out of Argentina and I got to save money for London, I was just like, why don't I just liquidate to stables and just work my ass off at some jobs and then pivot. But I'm never leaving the space in the sense of like once I'm like stable again and in a good place, I'll be investing again. But for right now, I was like, I can't afford to like something terrible happen and everything
Yeah.
go wrong. But yeah, that's not a bearish sentiment. I think everyone's going to make a lot of money except for me, which is great. But I'm just doing what I really think I need to be doing moving forward. But I'll always be in the space. Like I'm not going anywhere. It's just a matter of like I'm not trying to beat the market right now.
Yeah. So, well, many people do think that to take a part in the crypto space or even to make any form of money in crypto, you have to trade or gamble at shitcoins on chain or whatever, which is obviously not true because you're here. So, I want to discuss that. How were you able to make a living in a space without trading? And like, how did you jump into getting a job? How did you move into like, getting that attention, getting those companies to approach you and things like that? Like if someone is listening and wants to
Yeah.
get to that position.
Yeah, I get asked that question a lot. It was, to be honestly, it's not an easy answer. It was, I started the account not really thinking it was going to get big. I think I had like Kobe and some other people who aren't around now, like find my account early and retweet me. And I was like, I knew who they were. And I was like, oh, there's something here. Maybe I should grow it. And like, I was kind of funny in the beginning and it was working. And my whole philosophy from the beginning was like, just keep a good reputation. Don't burn bridges. Don't, go aggro with people. Don't take any paid shills. No one ever knows what I own. or anything, with the exception of like fun NFTs that I really liked, which I never ended up even selling. I just kind of took the long term route where it was like, look, if I can build a following and prove that I'm worth something, something will eventually come. And it took 2.5, 3 years of like without parallel. I like pulled up 3 laptops on like one of the pack drops and got like 9 packs and just killed. And without that, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. And that allowed me to go to conferences and meet with everybody, including Victor. I met Victor in Consensus, Luke from Layer Zero. I met all my best friends I met from the festival circuit. So like it wasn't exactly an easy process. It was kind of just I was having fun. It was like, oh, you're running out of money, but like you can go to Panama with this dude for 6 weeks and like get to know him and network that way, and maybe something will come out of it. And I met my best friends doing that. And yeah, so it was like 3 years of that, and then finally, I had to break character. I was like, I'm broke. So I was like, look, guys, I need a job. And then Hentai retweeted me immediately, and then Victor DM'd me within like 20 minutes and was like, let's do an interview. And I started out, just shit posting on the Twitter, and that grew into some more roles within the company, which allowed me to move on and learn some things. Every job I've had here has been a huge learning curve. I've done things I'm not super comfortable with, and I hope figured it out somewhat. But yeah, it's not an easy answer. It's a really long grind, and I chose not to play the shitcoin game because it can be faster, but it could also really destroy your morale. And the reputation doesn't really it's just not worth the reputation risk. I don't think, like posting how much money you're making every day and like all that
Yeah.
stuff. It just wasn't my thing. So
It's also a matter of understanding what you're good at, right? So if you know that you're good at the social side of things, and if you know that you want to stay in that side of things, focusing on that is probably the best thing you can do.
yeah, my thing was just keeping friends with everybody, from like the super red pill dudes who like I keep leaving their group chats and they keep adding me because I'm funny, to like the complete opposite. I'm in like 100 group chats and people just keep adding me, and like I don't read them much anymore, but it helped a lot in the beginning because I got to learn a lot. But I just never really. There was only one time that I had a falling out with somebody that I had to crash out on because they owed me and some people some money. But like you'll never see me getting like actual like burning bridges beefs with people. And I think that's a big thing people just don't understand about Twitter is like people watch that shit and they don't really like it when you're kind of arguing with people whether you're right or wrong. So I just took that approach and just kind of let everything roll off my back, and it worked out in the long run. And honestly, I like blinked and 4.5 years went by. I really don't know why I'm here or how I'm
Yeah.
here. So
It's crazy that COVID was 5 years ago, right?
yeah,
Almost.
yeah, dude. I started my account during COVID. I couldn't leave the house. Very drunk, just drunk tweeting on Pancakes. My original. So I think someone asked in the comments. They were like, "Where'd you get your face from?" I just went to page 3 of Google and Googled Facebook boomer picture. Took this face and just like cropped it and put it in the universe. I had no problem doxing, like my IRL account's in my bio, but it's like I just thought it was funny that this my original name was Facebook Bruh, and my plan was to be like bringing all the alpha from Facebook groups, which is the funniest thing ever. If anyone ever checks those out, like if you go to Facebook crypto, it's a different level of delusion. And so like my whole stick was gonna be like, oh, I'll just act like I'm this genius Facebook trader, and then I lost all my money on Pancake Swap, and I was like, this sounds better, so I switched it. But I was just joking around, man. I didn't mean to build a following or anything. I kind of just wanted to try and network my way into like a decent job that paid well until I could get back into music and get on my feet. And then 5 years later, here I am still. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, I've made great friends here too, like you included, and a lot of people in this space are in my personal group chat, and like, yeah, I've enjoyed it, man. It's been good.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best approach. I remember talking to someone a couple of weeks ago who asked me how to grow an account on CT and like, how to get some audience and whatever. I just told them straight up, just have fun. Just
Hmm.
be a funny reply guy. Just do whatever you feel good with. Because I believe that when you enjoy something, you do it best, right? So if you're
Hmm.
actually memeing and like just shit posting all day and having fun while at the same time trying to provide some kind of content that is coming from your profession on a higher level, the combo of both just becomes so good. And that's what people are, that's what people are looking for. And I totally get the whole point of like not trying to be negative. Obviously, there's like I agree with
Yeah,
that.
I'm negative in like uh, I think Phil can attest to this, but I did get a couple emails from legal on my comments under Coinfessions posts. And like I do push the limit a little bit as far as like being edgy tweeting, but I just mean like being mean in a way that's like extremely hurtful or just like an argument or anything. But like, you know, telling people to like, oh, you lost your money, like just go use your grandma's retirement fund or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, companies don't always appreciate that. But yeah, I think that was what it was, just being me, and I was kind of unapologetically me. I've never really apologized for anything I've said. I kind of am comfortable with what I've said, and I think I
Yeah, because
toe
you're
that line
genuine,
pretty well.
right? Because you're genuine. You're not trying to be something you're not.
If you say so, I'm a fake human being on the internet, so I don't know if I'm not trying to be something I'm not. But that's why I went back to my IRL account a lot more, is because it was like really hard to explain to my IRL friends. Like my sister found my account. My sisters found this account, and they were like, "Are you schizophrenic? Are you crazy?" And I was just like, "No, you don't no, you don't get it. I'm joking. It's not my face. Everyone's an anime character. We're making money. Don't worry about it." And they have no idea what I'm doing. So that was funny, but I like my IRL account more because it is a little bit more authentic. But I'm not. I mean, I was gonna leave Pancakes because I was a little bit jaded for a while, but like I'm sticking around just to have fun, you know.
Yeah, good to have you. Good to have you sticking around. It's actually funny because I follow both of your accounts, and every single time you post from the real one, it just feels weird because it's actually your face and actually your name, and it's so I don't know, I'm not used to it, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's weird. People are like, "Oh, why do you use your alt account more now?" And I'm like, this is my alt account. Oh, is my mic here? She can come upstairs. I don't care. No, like I was like, no, this is my alt account. You guys don't understand. But they're like, no, you have way more followers. I was like, yeah, but I've been using the other account for 13 years. Like, I don't belong here. Like, I still feel like an outsider, which is funny. Like, even to people like you, Delta, like I'm kind of like I still feel like I don't belong here in a weird way. The imposter syndrome never really like went away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I get the imposter syndrome thing, but you obviously do belong here because culture wise, I feel like it's a perfect fit. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just tried never to like. I don't know. My humor comes and goes. I can't be funny all the time, but like I just don't want to be the coin show guy. I don't want to be the alpha giving guy. I don't actually have any opinions on what's going on. I have no fucking idea.
yeah.
And I'm just kind of chilling and enjoying it. And now that Elon's paying so much for Twitter, I'm just like, yeah, I'll just be funny. This is great. Like
Yeah,
this
dude,
is
the payments are actually crazy because I mean I don't know what about you, but I'm making about I think last couple of payments I've got were like $500 every 2 weeks, which is
oh,
you
is
know
it every 2 weeks
it's
now?
yeah every 2 weeks, which is not life changing, but that's I mean for a lot of people around the world that's a
That is
lot
life
of money.
changing. I think
Like
I tweeted
you can
all for one
probably
month.
live nicely off of it in most of the world. Not
Oh,
everywhere, not a
yes.
lot of the West, but like South America, Southeast Asia, Asia
Mhm.
overall, East Europe. So
I mean,
that's massive.
I didn't tweet for a few weeks, and then I just opened Pancakes, and it was like, "Here's $600," and I was like, "For what?"
Yeah,
And so, like, being with Time Fund, like, they want me to, I'm gonna be doing spaces with them. They want me to be going on the timeline more. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna run this bag up as long as this lasts, you know, because I was in the first two seasons of Fantasy Top and was like the second highest earner. And then the payments just tanked, and I was getting tired of being called very not nice names for not tweeting enough. So I left, and then I was like, I think Twitter pays more than Fantasy Top now. So I was like, this is way better.
yeah.
It's strange though. It's like you can make money just by kind of just being on the timeline. It's very strange.
Yeah, and again, if you're having fun and just doing what you feel comfortable with and what you're enjoying to do, like you know how they say like find a job you like doing so it doesn't feel like a job, right? So that's exactly how
Yeah.
I feel when I'm on Twitter just having fun with friends. But you mentioned the new company you're working at, and I do want to discuss the social side a little bit. So as most people know, like I said earlier, most people know you through FriendTech.
Mhm.
You're one of the founders, and you are
Well,
to this.
I wasn't technically a founder. I was on the founding team. There were
Yeah,
two founders, and then I was the fourth member brought on. But yeah, yeah.
yeah. So you know, so now you're working with Time.Fun,
Mhm.
and you're still very active in the social side of crypto things. How do you see this part of crypto developing further, and where do you see it branching out? How do you see it fitting? And things like that?
Yeah, it's funny because after FriendTech, me and the team are so cool. Everything's worked out. Like it's funny because all the timeline drama was unwarranted a little bit, and I was a little jaded from SoFi for a while, and because nothing just seemed interesting. And then I found like in my DM request, Cause, the founder of Time Fund, hit me up, and I was like, you know what? Let me just talk to him. And they're building. I mean, I'm not going to shill or get super into it, but they're building a lot of the things I wanted FriendTech to be. Um, that is very that our plan over the next like 6 months is to be so Web 2 or normie friendly, where you're not even like realizing you're interacting with crypto at all. Like we just announced the big move that we're moving to Solana, because Base is just the bridging process. This isn't going to work for Web 2 people. And then, we're integrating like onboard off ramp stuff that I think will be a lot more seamless. It's what I see with social is with crypto is I think it works, but it has to be completely, how do I say this? The user has to not even realize they're using crypto. Everything needs to be priced in their currency. They don't need to worry about bridging. They just need to know what they're doing, like betting on reputation, or in the case of Time Fund, like using the minutes to be in group chats or to have one-on-ones with people, or to have like 1 hour consultations with people, and then also hold the minutes, if you're betting on their reputation to go up or down, but without realizing that like crypto's working in the background. Like my favorite example is just you use your iPhone, but you have no fucking idea how it works in the background. And I think that's how crypto and blockchain needs to be integrated, especially in the social side. And Time Fund was the first SoFi company that approached me that I felt like had that vision, and they're giving me the freedom to kind of guide in the direction that I think we all feel like is the right direction. So I'm having a very, very good time there. I've only been there 2 weeks, and I'm having a ball. Like I stayed up all night just working, like just because I was excited about it, and like I just didn't take a job
Oh,
for
that's
9 months
awesome.
because nothing excited me, and I'm super stoked about it. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like that's a really big part of the whole onboarding thing, and like, the masses are coming and all of that. It's been a meme for like 5 years now. And I just can't see it happening because even for me, who I would say I'm a crypto native, maybe not on-chain native, but crypto, I do crypto 24/7. I still find a lot of what's going on very, very hard, very, very complex, and
yeah,
even dangerous because at the end of the day, self custody is dangerous for a lot of people.
yeah.
Uh, and I just, to this day, I don't think I've seen one platform that is crypto related that is actually so smooth and so easy that any everyday Joe will be able to use it
I I
like
think with
without
I
noticing
think
those.
with our pivot to Solana, we're working with the UX UI team right now. At the same time, when we pivot, we're on base right now, but and everything still works. I mean, the UI UX is beautiful. I love it. There's a few things in there that like might be confusing for like Web 2 people, but like for the most part, it's super simple, straightforward. But when we move to Solana, we're really focusing on making it that, where it's just an app, you know what I mean? And it's just something you use, and normal people can use it and figure it out. Now, there's always going to be a learning curve because people aren't used to using social media to like buy people's time to like talk to them, or that's more of like a what's it called? What's the fucking thing where you can pay to have people say shit? Um,
Um,
God
I
damn
don't
it.
remember. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but like other than that, and like maybe Patreon in certain ways, but like I think there'll be a learning curve there, and then people understanding what it's like to. I think it'll be a simple learning curve, but it's like if you want to hold minutes in our case, like you're kind of betting on their reputation if they're going to go up or down, even if you don't care to talk to them. And you can sell those minutes back into the bonding curve. And I don't know, I won't get into the weeds, but it's because we are in this transition period of upgrading a lot of stuff and moving to Solana. We've got a lot of volume, a lot of users. I think Ansem tweeted a really bullish tweet yesterday where he was like, "If you want to talk to me, don't DM me. Just go to Time Fund." and that was helpful. And people like the product, man. I mean, we have great investors. We're, it's, I mean, all that's public, but we have like Alliance and Raj and Totally and all of them. So Solana's doing a big push for it because I think they trust that the team is going to go the right direction in product. And yeah, that's the goal. Like you're saying, like there's not one crypto protocol right now where I'm like, yeah, like I could get my older sister to use this. Like there's no way. Like it's just not
Yeah.
going to happen. And we can't. There's only there's a ceiling to how many people we can repeatedly keep dumping on each other with. So
Exactly.
we need something that provides utility in a way where it doesn't feel like we're just playing a PvP game all the time. And I think social is one of the ways out of it. Maybe if art and NFTs gets to a level that it's not so fake community, like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like this whole community aspect of like NFTs is fake to me. I think it's all just marketing. If we get to a level where there's real artists that are actually making money, and then Spotify fired their blockchain person, which drives me crazy. And
Yeah.
I like that's why I want to go work for Imogen Heap, because she wants to help build this blockchain solution that gets artists paid the money they deserve. So there's a lot of use cases down the road. My opinion right now is I think we're in a 5 to 10 year limbo period where we're just going to be what we're doing right now for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Well,
And
the thing
yeah,
is, you mentioned the whole NFT aspect of things, and I do feel like most of like NFTs and anything on the social side of things as well kind of plateaued because of the financialization of those things, of the social side of things, of the NFTs. We did discuss this on the last episode as well with Queen Wartooth, because I was presenting to her this idea where I think that NFTs, for example, they have real, use case. There's a lot of things that I can imagine having NFTs with could be awesome, like tickets to events and shows and things like that. Having those memorabilia on chain would be
yes.
really cool. Or like you win a trading competition, you get an NFT that might be not worth something. You don't care how much it's worth, but you have an on-chain wallet with a proof that you've been first place in some
It's a Boy
competition.
Scout badge, man. You get a badge, you get a patch. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
yeah,
So it seems to me like attaching a financial value to those things makes people focus so much on that aspect, and that's why NFTs went from being a cool crypto punk PFP type thing, which is like, oh, that's the first project, into like a shit show where people only want to extract as much value as they can. And that's a super big net negative for the impact of the product itself,
yeah.
and the potential that it has, right? So how do you feel about this financialization of
Ugh,
the social
yeah.
side of crypto?
So I'll be honest, and we do have a point system at Time Fund, but I'm still just going to be transparent. I really hate the airdrop culture that we've kind of integrated into crypto. I think it had good intentions in the beginning, but I think it's become so it's run away from us to where people are just farming airdrops. So you have a very very bad gauge on if you have a product market fit. You have a bad gauge on if your users actually like using it, and then these users are going to Twitter and swearing they love it just to get more people to come in and use their ref links. And so it's like there's no way to gauge if you have a good product at all, because you're incentivizing people to say you have a good product. And it's I think it's a hole we have to dig ourselves out of, to be completely honest. The financialization of everything, it's so weird. I was talking to a friend of mine about this the other day. Since when did like crypto and blockchain is a technology, right? It's a new technology. It's supposed to be boring, and it's cool that it's not as boring. But like, when did we make a new technology a fucking party among Zoomers? And like, no offense to
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, when did a technology revolution become like the hype beast culture thing? It's very strange. Like when the internet came out, people just used it. iPhone came out, people just used it. There was no financialization around it. Yeah, people could use it to make money in different avenues, but that wasn't what it was about. People come into crypto and they're like, "This is where I come to make money," and it's like, when
Exactly.
did that happen? Like I know why it happened, but it's just it's interesting. I think the ICO bubble had a lot to do with it. But you walk into crypto and you're like, I get texts from normie friends and they're just like, "How do I 3x this?" And I'm like, "That's not what we're doing, really." Which we are.
Yeah.
We're all degens, but
But
it's
the
hard.
interesting thing is, that with crypto, there is actually a part where the money doesn't matter. For example, you can see easily that the Bitcoin ETF, for example, has a huge volume, a lot of demand, and I do feel like it's. I mean, obviously, it has the financial incentive and why the boomers are buying it. But at the end of the day, it's like it's a new venue, it's an interesting thing. It's like investing in an internet stock back in the 90s, right? And you can see a lot of people all around the world are using stable coins as a daily mean of transacting. So there is actually an aspect of a real world use case where with NFTs it started with some and then it was totally gone. Like there's nothing left. And
I would push back against. Except the stablecoin thing is interesting because I've lived in Argentina for 4 years, and I can go down the street and exchange USDT just for straight pesos or USD, no questions asked. The government has embraced it; they like it. Stable coins are the most used thing in most South American countries. There's even a card you can get called a lemon card just here in Argentina where you can load stables onto it and use it as a regular debit card, and the government never knows about it. And they're cool with it. It's all signed off on. And it's just a better way to preserve against inflation. The only thing I'll say about NFTs are I never traded NFTs in a way to make money. I mean, if it was easy, I would flip something, but like Schizo posters, for example. I bought Schizo posters because I want to hang them on my wall one day when I have a steady place to live. I do see some NFTs where I'm like, that's art, that's super dope. But 99%, you're right. It just became this fizzled out thing, and people just wait for them to drop and flip them as quick as they can. And I did that too. I mean, it's fun. But yeah, I don't know where that goes next. There is something to be said about high art, like high quality art. I just don't know that we're anywhere close to that with NFTs. Yeah, I really don't know where we go next. Except this cycle is very strange. I think it's going to be people are really bullish on gaming for some reason, and I don't know. Like, and I'm CMO of a company of a gaming company I'm building with Poet, and like, so I'm not bearish, but it's like I don't really know what the next narrative is. To be honest, I think it has to be SocialFi. As like stupid as that sounds, I don't know how you're going to attract normal people, but it has to be done the perfect way, or it's just going to be another scam. You know what I mean? I just don't think people care about DeFi or trading or any of that outside of like our bubble. I could be wrong, but I'm just thinking of like the millennial to Zoomer age. Like they don't care; they just want to use apps. Goodbye. Did Delta just bailed? Oh, there Delta, were you looking for my money? Is that what you're doing? Did I have to invite you to speaker? Wait, no, make me the co-host now. Did you find my money? Were you looking for quarters in the couch? You find it?
I did find your money, but did you find my money?
Find your money. I ate your money. I just sent you a video of me eating it. You know it's gone.
Dude, I can't believe you put $100 bill into your
brand.
mouth.
It was a brand new. It was brand new.
Dude,
clean,
that bill
straight
was
off the press.
Stripper's asshole. 100%.
No, it was brand new. No,
100%.
No creases. It was clean. It was a little reckless, but I felt like he deserved it.
No, I heard everything.
You know what's funny?
Said.
I don't know where the $100 bill. I spit it out, and I don't know where it is now. So I have to find. So you might owe me another $100, to be honest. Can I just say, this is off topic? Can I ask a question? When did we start accusing each other of owing each other money?
I have no idea. I think you started it. I think I probably
no.
Don't you? No, maybe.
I don't know. I'm lying. I have no
idea. I think it was either in the growth chat or it was somewhere in the timeline, but I have no idea.
Okay, we'll figure it out. I'll come visit you. We'll work it out like we're like men.
Yeah. We'll meet and we'll just fight for it. And
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I definitely agree that the social side of things. I mean, the way I see it with the products that so far have been brought into the crypto space, NFTs, gaming, and the social side are probably the biggest serious onboarders of crypto. And the reason I say the real serious ones is because I feel like the trading side of things probably onboards more people because of the greed and the attention that the news put onto it. But it also takes out the same amount of people, if not more, right? Because all those people get wrecked, all those people lose everything they have, and then it creates the counter effect where they just hate crypto because they lost all their savings on it. So
I
yeah,
mean,
hopefully.
so do you think there's more people that come into the space to trade? I mean, I'm sure there's analytics to back this up, like to trade as opposed to just like, because for me, the biggest surprise to me was like the hype beast culture of like the NFT bubble. And I was like, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And like, do you still think there's more people coming in for the trading side of it?
I think more people come to the trading side of things because it's a much easier onboarding process. Because all you have to do is open a Binance account, or, well, at least again at the stage of it today. For example, IDEX is working on building a DEX experience where you'll be able to use it, like you said earlier, not even knowing that it's a DEX, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Feeling this, having the same experience like on a centralized exchange. But still, there's a lot of limitations. There's things that the devs can't control. So at the end of the day, the normal person will have much more ease of access to actually just download Binance or Bybit app, connect their card or Apple Pay, and literally within 5 minutes, you have money on a SEX ready to trade, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Where getting into the NFT space or the social side of crypto, even, it takes a little bit more effort. And again, I'm talking about the way it looks today. And yeah, and I feel like because it's not as financial and there's no leverage in NFTs and the social things and all of that, trading itself with leverage probably onboards more people, but
Okay.
they all leave. They all go away. It's like a protocol that just gives away points and that's it. A lot of them will have a billion active users, right?
Yeah.
And the moment the points program is over, they have two of them are the
Hmm.
devs, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So
question for you: what are your thoughts around like, what if we just eliminated incentives to use our products, right? Like, how about we just build a really good fucking product and
so
people want to use it?
Yeah, so I think that combining the two is a good approach, because at the end of the day, a lot of protocols do want to give their users some kind of incentive. I mean, that's what they raised money for, right? They have
Is it
some.
though? Is it not to make the best product possible and then market it the right way? And I'm just playing
Well,
devil's advocate.
that's one way to do it, 100%. Just building a good product. And Silico once tweeted something that I really agree with, which is a good product shows itself, right? You
Hmm.
don't need to advertise it. You don't need to do anything. It will just promote itself because it's a good product. It's the best product. But at the end of the day, you can boost your exposure by having a points program. For example, well, IDEX right now also has a points program where you can exchange every week your points to money.
Sure. Yeah.
But at the same
That
time,
feels different. That feels different than an airdrop, though. Like for me, an
yeah,
airdrop is like I'm going to use this product for 6 months and pretend it's the best thing ever, and then as soon as the airdrop hits, I'm going to leave. So that
yeah,
like, y'all's version of it feels a little bit different. I just think that narrative of like the airdrop thing, it feels weird. We saw it with Arbitrum, we saw it with FriendTech, we saw it with Camino, we saw it with a lot of protocols where it was like, oh yeah, this is the shit, and then the airdrop hits, and we're like, all right, bye. Maybe Jupiter's the exception because it's like it's the best thing, But like, yeah, I don't know. I think about that a lot.
yeah. Well, I think that using those points type of programs is, like I said, it's a really good boost for things. But I feel like a lot of projects just forget they're trying to build a good product and they just leave it as is, right? So they don't use the fact that they suddenly have a really big boost in user and exposure, right? And they just don't move forward, and that's why the users leave, because they didn't improve their product while they have all this attention, because it is an attention span market at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the big mistakes. I feel like a project that has something like that, like a point program, has to do everything. Like that's the exact time you have to put 150% of your effort into making sure you're the best thing you can be, because the moment the points program is gone or whatever it is, people are going to start leaving,
Well, here was my thing. This is
right?
SocialFi only, I think, or more SocialFi related was, okay, with FriendTech, like we can do an airdrop. Cool. But the airdrop has to be for CT people. Once we get past CT people, we have to onboard mainstream before we do the airdrop. Because when the airdrop happens, you're going to lose a lot of the CT people, but the mainstream users don't really care as much about that or know about it, or like when I was onboarding Daily Loud and Disclosure and all these people, they were just using it because they liked the product, right? And yeah, they didn't really understand the points and the airdrop, and I'm sure they would have loved a little drop in the bucket They're already rich. I think that at least for SocialFi, like if you're gonna do an airdrop, you better be able to capture CT and then pivot and start building a mainstream audience before the airdrop happens, or you're kind of screwed.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. And I don't know how that translates to like DeFi or other protocols that are more financially focused. But that's not really what I focus on right now. But that's what I'm focused on when it comes to SoFi is like, yeah, get the CT audience who wants the airdrops and shit. But like before the airdrop hits, you better have people are on there that people want to be around and talk to that don't really care about the
Exactly.
airdrop.
People who didn't manage to get much of it, people who are not even aware that it exists, they don't care about it. They just, like you said, enjoy the product and actually use it, which is, that's probably the best thing protocols can push for.
Weren't guaranteed. It was just like, oh, I think there'll be an airdrop. You know what I mean? Like, it got people to use it in hopes of one, but then if it just never happened, if you have a good product, people stick around. Now, I haven't seen that really work too well in a lot of cases.
I mean, and you guys started it. You were the first
the point
who
system,
did it.
What?
Yeah, I'm saying you guys started it. You were guys the first with FriendTech. That was the first points thing.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You cursed all of us.
Yeah, I really apologize for ruining everything. No, I mean, it's so funny is like, you know, I OTC'd my points when I left in hopes, like the person that bought my points on speculation that the coin would equal a certain amount of points, and then the coin would do. It's like we're adding levels of speculation that are just obnoxious, and that's not a good. I'm downtown Buenos Aires. I'm so sorry. We're just incentivizing these multiple layers of speculation that it's just not going to work. And we saw it lasted longer than I thought it would with FriendTech, but it ended up becoming what it was going to become. I just don't know how that translates to like financial products, to be honest. Unless the thing is, you are dealing with more serious people. So if it's a good DeFi product, people are going to keep using it. Like, I think Parcel is one of the most underrated like protocols if they're still around. I've been gone for 9 months, but I loved Parcel because you could bet on housing markets and like there was utility there. I think it was a lot of fun with or without an airdrop. Camino was interesting, that kind of thing. But I think you just have to focus on building the best fucking product possible. Like with FriendTech, I spent zero marketing spend the entire time, zero.
Yeah,
and it became huge. And then once the airdrop was announced, it was like, oh, now we'll stick around. So I never even knew if we had a good product. I think we could have done the right things to progress, but it's hard to, like I said earlier, it's hard to find product market fit. It's hard to know if you have a good product. It's just really hard. You just don't know who's actually there for the money or who's there because they enjoy using the product. So you'd know better than I do on the trading side and the DeFi side. Like, I don't really know the answer to that question.
I feel like that's one of the biggest challenges when you're building a company, especially in a new space like Web3, where you really don't know, like you said, who's there for the money and who actually enjoys the product and what actually drives the users to use your product. So
Can I ask you a question? Like with IDEX, I mean, I was around for a long time, but of course I've been out of the loop. But like, do you guys feel like you're building a product that is something that people are going to find utility out? I mean, obviously the answer is yes, but like, are you focusing on something that's more utility focused, even past the point system you guys have in place right now?
Yeah, so 100%. I remember when I joined the team and we were still using the old version of IDEX. The whole team was very, very clear and very transparent about how bad the old product was. And that's what drove everyone to make sure that the next version and the refreshed version is going to be so different and so good. And I do feel like the team has succeeded in doing that. There's still a lot more work to do. And that's exactly why we have all those programs, such as like the points program, where like your trading volume gives you points and then you can exchange those points to money. The market making program is not only to, drive volumes or whatever, but to actually get user feedback as well. Right? You want people to tell you what do they want to see, what do they like, what do they not like, right? You want the people to start being active in the community as well in terms of like communication with the development team and things like that. And that's something I'm really happy about. That's something I'm happy to see that the team is actually listening to everyone, because I did work with companies in the past that just didn't care about what people say. Thinking that they know best, you know what I mean? and they don't care about any feedback. And, oh, that user, he's a dumbass. He doesn't even know. I'm like, dude, but he is using the product.
He's the
He's the
user.
one giving you the money. Listen to him.
So yeah, I won't name names, but like there's I've worked for a company where it was like completely not allowed to discuss the product or take any advice from any of the community because we know what we're building and we know
It's
it's going to work.
horrible. It's horrible.
And it's like, with the company I'm at now, it's totally different. They're like, no, talk to everyone, like take notes on what they think, big or small, power. I'm a big fan of like focusing on your power users and like what they really appreciated about the platform. And I was like, if you're not listening, like customer service is my number one priority when it comes to building a new company. If you're not listening to what people like or dislike about your product, then you're in an echo chamber. You're only building what you think people will like, and that's not human nature whatsoever. So that's really cool. So you've seen an improvement, I guess, over the last. I guess I've been gone
Oh,
for about a year. So
100%,
yeah,
100%.
that's
And what
awesome.
I like the most is the fact that I know that there will be improvement because the team listens. They want to actually continue making the product better and better. And for me, that's one of the biggest things. And I mean, you know me, we know each other for quite some time, and it's always been so important for me to actually, work with companies that I wouldn't be ashamed of saying that I
Yeah.
work with them, right? That I'm somehow related to what they're doing or whatever. So yeah,
Well,
so
I think
there's that.
you being so deeply involved with IDEX is such a plus EV thing for me, because I have known you for so long, and I know you're very meticulous with like what you do, and like I know you could make your own money doing your thing, trading and all that stuff. So I think it is a very positive thing that you see something there, which is great. And oh shit, hold on, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my connection got weird. Part of me hates that I left in a way because I mean I learned a lot at FriendTech and like I'm in a position now where like I'm able to do things that I love, but like it was actually really fun on the marketing side building up something that I actually, even if I didn't understand the tech, like the entire team paid attention to everything. It's a smaller team. Which is makes things a lot easier. So I'm when do I get to try something? Spill any alpha for me? When do I get to play around?
Dude, I'll hook you up later today.
Oh, all right. Let's
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 do it.
go.
And
Let's.
yeah, to our listeners that actually are interested in trying out the market making program, the points program, in connection to what we just spoke about later today, we will be dropping two new features that are fully 100% from user feedback. So yeah, so
Awesome. I
that's the
am a little
thing.
bit better of a trader than I used to be, so I'll know how to use the platform. But I would love to try it out and just mess
Yeah,
around with
sure
it.
thing, dude.
I've got
Sure
nothing to
thing.
do in Miami for a month, so I'm like kind of just bored. Um,
I'll hook you up, man.
yeah, hook me
But
up for real.
I want to ask you one more thing,
Hmm.
and that's regarding the doxing side of things, right? Because you are
Hmm.
fully doxed, like your name, your face, everything.
Hmm.
And like our last two guests, which were Follis, who is a trader, and Queen Wartooth, who's also into like building and growing companies. You guys are in a very very small part of the community that is doxed.
Hmm.
What made you decide to do that? And do you
Um,
regret it? Do you recommend people do it, etc.?
okay. So the first question, what made me do it was, so for the first few weeks, I was like, I don't know what this is. Let me just be this is not my face on my PFP. I was like, let me just play this thing and see what happens. And then once I realized it was a thing, I was like, yeah, like I kind of want people to know who I actually am. It gives a level of trust. Like I think the only reason I was able to meet certain anons in the space is because I was doxxed on my IRL account. I put it in my bio and I would tweet. I would even post pictures of myself out with homies and like whatever on this account. People could tell right away that this wasn't me. For me, it gained a level of trust, and that helped me immensely. If they feel like they know you, and you're doxxed, there's a much higher level of trust. I think the anonymity side of things has its huge upsides, and I completely understand it. Would I recommend people don't do it? It's a case by case basis. I think I would have to have a conversation with them and ask them what they want, out of what they're doing. I wouldn't directly recommend anyone to go docs. I think also I was in music for so long that I'm already doxxed. This is as doxxed as you can be. So it didn't scare me. And also I like to I like the responsibility of myself to stand on what I'm building and what I'm doing. And that's not a shot at anyone that's anon. That's not saying everyone's a scammer. I just in my own skin, I like to be able to say like, if I fuck up, then like I'm gonna have consequences about it. And
Yeah.
it keeps me a little bit more aware of every decision I make. So that was my reasoning behind doxing very early, because I was able to meet a lot of people in person that normally would be like, I don't know. And but yeah, I don't think there's a positive or a negative. Crypto is built on anonymity, and I think that's great. I just, and like, it's funny, a lot of my earlier tweets, which when I started at IDEX, I had to tone it down about like not paying my taxes and all this. It was like, that was part of my shtick. And I didn't mind doing it because I pay my taxes and I have an accountant and all
I
that stuff.
remember
So
those
it was
days.
like
Yeah.
easy to like make those jokes. But I think a lot of people really value the anonymity and like self-sovereignty and all of that. And I respect that immensely. I would never dox anybody, anything like that. So it's a
No.
nuanced question. It's if you're comfortable doing that and you're comfortable standing on what you're building on, and also there's a risk factor. Like when I went to Bogota, Colombia, when I was with IDEX, and this dude, this schizophrenic dude that thought I kidnapped Vitalik and put him on an island somewhere, he like sent me pictures of me at Bogota, and
Oh wow.
I was like, okay, well, I want to start a family at some point. I want to like keep my partner safe and my kids safe. Like I can't do this. So I don't do conferences like that anymore. Because no, because without that, I would have never gained the trust of a lot of the people in the space. So I think it's just a
Yeah.
personal decision.
Well, just so you know, I still don't trust you, but
No, that's fine. But I mean,
yeah.
I have your address. I'm coming to your house. I know exactly where you live, so you don't have to
Yeah,
trust me. I
I
will be
can't
there.
wait. I can't
No,
wait.
I'm gonna
But
as soon as I get there, I'm gonna take a picture of your face and post it on the timeline. No, no, but no.
in any case of any federal investigations, the whole IDEX team is paying their taxes and their duties,
Uh-huh.
and we are not affiliated with the Pancakes, bro. Yeah.
Hey, I pay my taxes. No, but no, yeah, I think both ways. I respect both ways. I don't like anonymity when it's a reason to grift. That's the only reason. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. I was actually thinking about. Well, I am partially doxxed. I mean, probably people don't
Oh,
remember that, but I posted my face a couple of times on my feed, like half
wait,
of it.
is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there.
Oh, I'm gonna find you.
Yeah, go ahead. Feel free to find me. I'm not
No,
I'm not
it's okay.
hiding anything. And I did go to like conventions and stuff like that, so I met a bunch of
Yeah.
people.
I mean, I do own your
Um,
dog. I do own your dog now, so it's like,
yeah, my dog's name is Pancakes, bro. Yeah.
yeah, I do own it. But yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm excited to. I'll try and come out and hang out with you before I go to London permanently, because once I'm locked in there, it's gonna be tough to travel.
Yeah.
Um,
Do
yeah,
that. Come here for like at least a week. 100%.
absolutely, dude.
So, well, before we move to the last two questions, I just want to remind everyone, if you do have any questions, you can click on the bottom right corner, write down anything that you want to ask Pancakes or myself, and we'll go over it in a couple of minutes. If anyone wants to come on and speak to Pancakes directly, you can request to be a speaker, and we'll let you on in a couple of minutes as well.
Yeah, someone pull up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Pancakes, what is one tip that you would give to your younger self getting into crypto?
Ooh. Don't worry about. That's a good. Okay. How do I word this? Take profits and then completely erase the idea of the upside once you've taken your profit. I've had that problem a lot where I've taken a 2 or 3x and then it's 30x and I get really depressed. You've made money. You've made money. Just keep it going. Like that was the biggest thing for me. And then also when it comes to shit coins, I don't advise investing in a bunch of shitcoins, but I have learned that leaving my Solana wallet with 50 shitcoins in it, I'll wake up one day and something's like 50x, and that's nice. That's not a recommendation, but for me, it was more like, don't get discouraged if you make a 3 to 5x and then at 50x's and everyone's like shitting on you. It's like you still made 5x off of nothing. So I think that lowers the stress a bit. And then I would say, the imposter syndrome, if you feel it in the space, because a lot of people do, because no one really feels like they belong here because no one knows what they're doing and everyone seems smarter than everybody else. Try your best to eliminate that and just work as hard as you can and learn from as many people as you can, and don't be afraid to ask questions, as stupid as they sound. So that's helped me a lot.
That's a really good one. I feel like asking questions, being like not being afraid of asking a stupid question. There are no stupid questions.
Zero.
It's a big thing. 100%.
I had to ask. No, this is a funny little anecdote. when FriendTech started, Jim Talbot DM'd me and he was like, "Dude, can you teach me to bridge to base?" And
Oh, I remember that.
I was like, Jim, are you joking? I was like, "You've been here how long and you can't bridge to base?" He's like, "Dude, I just trade." And I was like, "All right." It was just funny, like that. Like, there's no stupid question. Like, we don't know what we're doing. None of us really do. We're in our own little niches. So yeah, ask questions, be nice to people. Don't burn bridges. Don't argue with people. Just let shit go, man. It's just the internet. It ain't real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are there any questions? I don't even know.
Well, I have one more question, the last question for
Oh,
you.
please, yeah.
What do you think making it is, and do you feel like you've made it?
Have I made it? No, I haven't made it because I'm not doing what I set out to do when I was 17, which is to work in music. In crypto, yes, I've made it because not financially, but I can work wherever I want. And I will always have an amazing group of friends here that trust me and will help me out if I need something. I've made it in that sense. Financially, I don't really have a number goal. I used to, but I'm 30 now, and it's now my making it is having a stable job in an industry that brings me joy and starting a family and still paying a close attention to crypto, but not really aiming for this obscure arbitrary number. I don't buy anything myself. I live very minimalist, all that stuff, and like making it to me is contentment. And within crypto, I found contentment. I can do what I need to do. Now I gotta find contentment as like an adult. It's like adult time. And I think the money comes with that when you're not chasing it as much. So yeah, I would say
100%.
I would say I'm lucky, I'm grateful, and I've made it for by comparison and perspective from what I thought I would be at.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I really agree with that, especially with the part where, not chasing the money actually leads to you getting the money. I feel like people spend so much time on worrying about the money than actually, like, people care about the output so much that they forget to look into what input they're giving.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, and it comes with a lot of downsides, like social separation, drugs, anxiety, overeat. It comes with a lot of negatives. And you don't want to overdo it, but everyone's different. That's just kind of I'm finding my balance a little bit better now.
Yeah, that's good to hear. All right. If anyone has any questions, you can feel free to request to be a speaker right now, and we'll let you on. Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Meanwhile,
I know. So Bingle, just invite Bingle up here. I just want to talk to Bingle for a second. Don't be shy.
Bingle, where's Bingle? Oh, the Bingle Tiger.
Yeah, Bingle Tiger. I'm about to move to London and hang out with Bingle a bunch.
Let's see. Bingle, request to be a speaker. I'll let you on.
Bingle, you better get up here. I swear to God.
I'm not a co-host anymore. So, Manuel, if you can invite her.
Oh, is Manuel running the IDEX account?
Yeah.
Nice.
The homie is still there.
Dude, you know how stressful it was when I was running that account and mine on two shitty iPhones? And I was like, I'm going to rug everything and ruin everything. God, dude, spaces were so stressful when I was doing that.
Dude, the first few episodes were really stressful for me as well, but you get used to it.
Oh, hey, Bingle.
Hi, Pancakes. Hi, Delta.
Hey, how's it going?
Putting me on. All good.
No worries.
How are you?
I'm good. It's getting a bit cold here. I'm worried about how you're going to transition once you get to London.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is literally like fog. I don't know if you've seen the old classic movies where there's like so much fog and you can't see. That's how it's been for a few days.
I've talked so much shit about London for like 7 years, and the universe was like, guess what?
So I think London is the most depressing thing ever. Like even like weather aside, everything else around it.
I'm gonna start drinking again. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna start drinking beers again and just whatever.
Get beer belly. I really feel like everyone thinks London's great, but I think you've got to be mentally strong because like the seasonal, like the change in weather alone is like drastic. But summertime here, it's gorgeous, guys.
Yeah,
you need to be mentally strong. You need a strong suit of armor too to not get stabbed.
Yeah, and you guys have big house spiders, which is not okay with me.
Are you scared of spiders?
I
have no fear, so just shout me if you see a spider.
Great. So I'll hide in the corner until you come over and kill it. Thank you very much. No, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll live in like a hotel or something. They don't have spiders there. But yeah, Bingle, how have you been? What's up?
Yeah, I've been good. I've been doing like recently, like obviously I work in like the mental health space, but I love crypto. But I've been doing lots of like public speaking engagements recently, which is very different to kind of the normal stuff I do. And it's been really good. I've been on such a high from it. I can't explain it. It's like the adrenaline is really up. But yeah, it's all good. Everything's all going great. I think I'll be finishing up in January, and I'm kind of looking forward to the next adventure, really.
What's
That's
the next
awesome.
adventure? Just whatever
I
comes
think
your way.
I might be setting up my own thing and
Oh, you
doing
told me
what.
about it. You told me about this. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to be delivering. I'm thinking like I've already developed a crypto mental health awareness kind of webinar. So, obviously lots of remote working, lots of handling data risks and isolation and things like
Well,
that. So if anyone's
that's
interested, holler.
that's actually a good. We have a question here in the comments from Almost Struggled, who's asking, "How do you stay sane in crypto without trading?" And it's directed to you, Pancakes.
By not trading.
Actually, yeah, it's like it's a rhetorical question. If you're not trading, you're doing so much mentally better than everyone else around you.
I stay sane by having a job and just goofing off on the timeline, and then taking. I'm very notorious the last years for taking like a month off and disappearing. Trading would absolutely drive me crazy, but I get that that's like the knack for people that keeps them plugged in and insane. Yeah, so my answer is by just not trading. That's how I stay sane.
And we have Shrieks asking, can Pancakes give some advice on how to gain following on X without having to resort to shitposting or shilling shitcoins?
Well, I've never shilled a shitcoin. Without shit posting,
that's hard.
I mean, you can be educational. I'm not very good at that, but so there's like a few pillars. There's like the education pillar. There's the reply guy, funny shit posting pillar, which is what I do. And then there's the ruthless shilling, flexing how much money you made in your Phantom wallet. Like the kooks and the Mitches and like those type of people. All of no disrespect. Or a little bit more controversial, you can go buy a big PFP for 2 weeks, go to their Discord, get all their followers, hype it up, sell the NFT, do it again with a different NFT, get all their followers, move on. Not my cup of tea, but that's another way. But I think the most two wholesome ways are good trading advice, or just macro information that actually makes sense, which is hard because people are going to shit on you no matter what. My easiest thing is just being funny, because no one can say anything to me, because I'm not trying to be a voice of intelligence. So yeah, just don't show coins, in my opinion. I just don't, I don't think it works out good for you in the long run.
It's shilling coins it's coming back to the same point we've made earlier about the connecting the financialization of NFTs and the social side of crypto. You're connecting a financial thing. Like I feel like doing it on majors is fine, but when you're doing it on very low cap coins, especially, you're connecting this financial side to your name, and it's very, very easy to take down a couple of people.
Well, the thing is with shitcoins is it's where the whole idea of like community got big, and it's like I'm such a big proponent of community is just a form of marketing. You read enough fairly deep marketing books, and you understand the community is essentially a cult. And you're tricking your followers into being free advertisement for you. And the person at the top, they're going to sell way before you do. It's why I've never PFP'd an NFT, and that's not against people that do it. I just unless it's someone that's like done a one-on-one for me or whatever. And if I change my PFP, people yell at me. But like, I don't want to be.
People change their PFPs.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. But like, I gotta go upstairs. I can't be free advertisement for anyone, nor can I be paid advertisement for anyone. I only put things in my bio that I'm physically working on as a company. So, yeah, just not my thing.
Yeah. I mean, I told all the companies I work with, I'm never going to shill if there's a coin affiliated with you, I'm not interested in, like, that's not what I'm talking. Like, even with me working with IDEX, I come to, make sure the company's better. I come to build a better, help them somehow build a better product, do the spaces. If someone wants to make an investment in IDEX, good luck. If someone doesn't want to, that's great. That's not what I'm here to do. So yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
even when I was at IDEX, I never talked about the coin. We just talked about the platform.
Yeah.
And I think that's, probably the best way to do it.
100%. Well, I think we can wrap things up. Do you have anything else you want to add, Pancakes?
Yeah, I guess.
Where can people find you? Where should people follow you now? You have the 2 accounts. Which one is going to be more active?
Yeah, can you give me one second? Un momento.
Yeah.
Sí, gracias. I have this account. I'm moving back to music. My IRL account is in my bio. I try to take that more seriously now. I will be shit posting here, and then shameless shill. Just because I do work full time there I'm pretty big believer in time.fun. So if that's something that interests you or you have questions about it, check me out. But I don't really have anything to plug other than I exist and here we are. So
That's the best you can.
yeah, man.
That's fantastic. Don't need more than that. Well, to anyone who joined in the middle of the episode, anyone who missed anything, there will be a recording right as we finish this episode. As always, notes will be available at Monday around the US Open. So check my account for that. Check the IDEX account for the recording. And we will be uploading next week on Thursday the recordings of this episode to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, to Spotify, every single platform. So you'll be able to check it out there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for coming, Pancakes.
Dude,
Pleasure to have you on,
thank you for
mate.
having me. I appreciate you reaching out. And I'll bug you about a space here in the future. And
100%,
I'm
man.
I am about to start a bi-weekly space on Tuesdays and Thursdays with Pingu and Pedro. So we'll
Awesome.
yeah,
Have
so
me on.
we'll be around. Yeah, I'll be doing 3 spaces a week now. So I'll be around again, I guess. Here I am again. So
Brilliant.
yeah, man. Thank
Sounds
you so
good,
much for
man.
coming on. Bingle, it was good to talk to you. I miss you, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, all of it, all of our listeners. Thank you so much. This is episode number 36. Pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much for coming and enjoying it. You guys are everything. To people who have yet to try the new IDEX platform, make sure to go to the IDEX account and, or actually, no, there's something better. Go to my profile. There's a referral link in the bio. You'll get 5% off of fees. Yeah, get me the referral fees.
I got you.
But yeah, you can use up to 20x leverage. You can cross-chain deposit from, I think it's 7 chains now. And there's the points program, like I said earlier. You can exchange those points to money every single week. Yeah, we have a market making program where you can actually try to market make and make money, not only from the action of the market making, but obviously get extra money for it. And yeah, make sure to check the IDEX account later on. We will be announcing the winner of the Monster yearly supply of White Monster giveaway, which is I think it's one of the most creative giveaways that I've seen in a long time. And put on notification on the IDEX account because there will be 2 announcements, a single announcement for 2 new features based on people giving us feedback that will be worth checking out. And if you don't follow Pancakes already, make sure to go check out his account. Make sure to check out the IDEX account as well. Pancakes, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me anytime. Thanks to everyone listening. I'll be getting on an airplane and then I'll be around just as usual. So we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, waiting for you to knock on my door, mate.
Sooner than you think. All right, we'll set it up, man. All right, thank you guys so much. Love you guys.
Thank you guys for coming.
Hit me
See
up.
ya. Have a good day. See you guys next week. We'll have a special announcement.
Ooh.
Maybe a new kind of show spinoff. We'll see.
All right. Oh, okay. All right, guys. Well, ciao. We'll talk soon.
See you guys. Ciao. Thanks for coming.
Bye.